The GS4 family of variable frequency drives is available in a wide variety of sizes. The smaller units already have holes in the bottom, so you can quickly install conduit because the wire sizes are small and don't take up much room, and adding those holes isn't a significant cost increase. The larger drives require much larger wire sizes and therefore larger conduit boxes, so they're sold separately. So if you're installing one of these larger drives in an enclosure, that saves you money because it makes wiring easier, reduces the footprint inside the enclosure, and you don't have to pay for a conduit box you aren't going to use. If you need to mount one of these larger GS4 drives outside the enclosure, then Automation Direct has you covered there too. You just install an optional conduit box like this one, and you're good to go. And the drive is now IP20 UL Type 1 NEMA 1 rated, which eliminates the need for a full enclosure in most applications. Now I should point out that the larger drives are normally rated for -10 to 50 degrees C without the conduit box, and that only this area here is rated for IP0. The rest of the drive is still rated at IP20 open type. With the conduit box installed, the entire drive is rated for IP20 UL Type 1 NEMA 1, but the max rated temperature drops to 40 degrees C because it reduces airflow through the drive. Now that's not a problem because you typically only need that extra temperature range when you're inside a hot enclosure, right? Just beware that the conduit box does change the operating temperature range of the drive. And while we're on the subject, the smaller drives are IP20 UL Type 1 NEMA 1 because the conduit box is part of the drive. But there's one exception to that. The smaller drives also have a top cover you can remove to get better airflow, which increases the max temperature range to 50 degrees C. If you do open that cover on the smaller drives to get better airflow, you also just reduced the IP rating down to IP20 UL open type. Again, not an issue because you would only normally open that cover to get better airflow if the drive is inside a hot enclosure. The beauty of using the conduit boxes to protect the wiring and get that IP20 rating is now you can mount any GS4 drive near the motor it's driving, which can be real handy in some applications. And since the drive is out in open air, cooling becomes less of an issue so the drive can perform more efficiently, which again saves you money. Of course, disconnect, fusing, interposing relays, and any other control components would still need to be in an enclosure. The conduit box is just to protect the drive's wiring. But those things can still be remoted, and your enclosure doesn't have to be sized to hold the drive. Another money saver. One side note, the larger frame sizes have extra grounding screws. Make sure you use those to get the full ratings of the drive. Click here to learn more about the GS4 family of VFDs. Click here to learn more about Automation Direct's free support options, and click here to be notified when we publish new videos.